No, I'm just kidding. I'm not angry. I just did that little goofy thing there for an illustration to say that a lot of Christians, upon being asked these questions, will say, "I'm being persecuted," and I think that's absolutely ridiculous. This is called having a dialogue, and so to wear these as a badge of honor as a Christian, saying, "Look, I was persecuted. I'm suffering for the faith." No. This is discussing this with somebody who doesn't understand what you believe, and that's all it is. So anyway, I appreciate the response. You've been respectful, so I'm making another video for you. You gave me a lot to think about, so I took some time to think about what you said, because there was a lot of questions packed into that 5 minutes of video. Okay, the first thing I'd like to start off with is the revelation of the heart as far as it goes. Why isn't there a universal consensus as to Christianity being the special religion everybody flocks to? While I did say that the revelation of the heart is given to everybody at some point in their lives, it's never known when that is for any individual. It could be, when you're a child, when you're a teenager like me, or when you're 72 years old, or perhaps 2 minutes before you pass on. We don't know. We don't understand that. We don't understand that, but we know that's what happens. As far as why everyone isn't united, there is a reality about this world and the physical world as compared to heaven. And now, of course, our understanding of heaven is a pie in the sky, something atheists don't believe in. But we believe that heaven is perfect, and that there's unity, there's love and understanding amongst everyone. The whole entire community of heaven is that way. So for this world to have one mind about everything would be actually the antithesis of what this existence is supposed to be. This existence is supposed to have division. This existence is supposed to have things clouding our judgment, forces that clouds our judgment because of our physical limitations. And so that's the explanation I could offer up for that, is that if this life, this existence was like heaven, then there wouldn't be any point to it. God has a point to all this differentiation and all these obstacles that we have to deal with. And so being divided is part of that. And that might sound like it's a cruel God, but it's actually a God who wants to give us an experience to grow us in a way that He won't be able to grow us after we're in heaven. This is the one opportunity we have to be challenged in certain ways, and so that's what makes this existence here on earth unique. Next thing I want to talk about was you asked me about calling out people, who are arrogant and who are condescending. And you asked me by what grounds can I do that if there's a whole bunch of other people that have these revelations, and they feel it's true too. They're strongly convicted about it as I am. Well, if you look at my videos, you'll see that the reasons I call people out aren't necessarily based on doctrine per se, but it's based on the premises of arrogance, pride, condescending hate. And really, if we were to form a council of calling people out, if you will, you and I could be on that same council, even though you don't believe in God and I do, because I have a strong conviction that we should call out those people on both camps. Like, you should call out atheists who are hateful, and I should call out Christians who are arrogant and hateful. And that should be a duty of everyone, because even as Christians, we believe that even those who don't know Christ and even those who don't even believe God exists are still given a conscience by God. I know you guys explain that through altruism, through evolutionary altruism, and but we believe that's a conscience, and that everyone's given that. So there are some basic morals and understandings that we all share, and that's one of them. And so that's the main reason I call people out, is for that, and it should be apparent to all. So I don't think I'm God. I don't think I have ultimate wisdom, and I'll explain why in a second. Okay, let's say that Christianity is the one special religion. We're all given the special revelation that's the one truth. So why is there so much division upon the part of Christians? Good question. It bothers me as well. But the truth of the matter is this: even after receiving revelation, let me break down revelation in two parts first. Sorry, this is unorganized. Revelation, it can be the foundational revelation, and then there's a whole bunch of other convictions that people have and trying to discover the truth, and they differ on those. But atheists do the same thing through using the basis of rationality. Atheists come to different conclusions and argue amongst themselves as well. But I'll explain to you why our supposed revelation from the one true God, why we still have division under this claim. It's because when we come to Christ, we all have the same understanding that A, Christ is God, and that B, that we need Him because we fall short, and that our heart was pricked of that fallenness, and we needed something to fill that gap between us and God. And so we all do proclaim Christ as God. Those who do not proclaim Christ as God, I would say, are not Christian. I'm sorry, I have to say that. They're not Christian. That Christ is God and that the Abrahamic God is real. Now, we all have that understanding. Now, the differentiation comes down to lesser convictions. And I would even say that some convictions I have may be proven wrong to me. You know, after we die and we answer God, that I might be proven wrong, that some of the convictions I have were clouded by who I am rather than who God is. And the reason for that is because after somebody is saved, it says they're our new creation. But the thing is that we always have a thorn in the flesh called pride. And pride is really what divides. Pride makes us differ upon our opinions, and it really is like an affection, and everybody has it, non-believers and believers alike. It's an affection to our understanding, and so that does cause a division. And like I said, this world isn't supposed to be perfect, and that pride is allowed to exist in everyone's heart and to be a struggle for everyone, because that's how this world is differentiated from heaven. Damaged people are always going to be a problem as far as, you know, people who want to do hurtful things, and that faith causes a real problem, because it allows people to act off of something that has no evidence and to claim that it's from God. And then some people believe them because they fear offending God. I will say that to an extent that argument does have validity, although I will say this, that the clever people who have existed that have been a cancer to humanity, there's been ones that have been deists, and there's ones who have been atheists. But the one thing that they all have in common is that they're all able to find somehow a way to justify their horrible acts and their horrible beliefs. And they have the charisma to get people to follow them. And I think that even if you removed faith in deism, then people would still arise, and people would still be able to appeal to the philosophies of humanism and whatnot to convince people to follow them. And so I understand where you're coming from, but I'm going to have to disagree with you on the main premise of that. Somebody said, God has told me to kill babies, and that was someone I really respected, someone I felt connection with as a Christian, that I felt knew that Christ was real and really knew God at a close, intimate level. If he said, go kill the babies of this civilization, yeah, I would say, no way, Jose. That's no good. You're confused. Your pride is infecting your heart, and you need to not do that. Now, does that mean God didn't tell him to do that? Probably. See, with the Old Testament, it's different. In a Christian's belief system, is the way that God dealt with mankind changed when Christ came. And in the Old Testament, he absolutely played favorites. He played favorites to his people, the Jewish people, and people were always allowed to join the ranks, but they didn't make a huge effort in trying to reason and to convert people or whatnot. And so God did play favorites, and that's a harsh truth. I know I don't like it either, but I mean that's how he did things. But now everyone is equal after Christ. He doesn't make a differentiation between the chosen people of Israel, the Jewish people, and the Gentiles, everyone else. No. I would tell someone who said that God told them to kill babies that they could not do it, and that was absolutely wrong. But in the Old Testament, it was under different circumstances. In these days, God would never reveal to someone genuinely in their heart to go kill babies because Christ has come, and that's totally changed things. I'm sure we'll be able to talk about this more, and that some of my answers will be unsatisfactory, but that's what I got. And I thank you, David, sir, for having this conversation, and I'll talk to you later.